it seems like the conversations on the phone have changed over the years too. When I first started with you, it was, do you want to meet at the house? What time would you like to meet there? Because there wasn't a whole lot of online presence.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a lot more questions. Do you have any more pictures? Do you have more video? Do you have this? And it's efficient because by the time we get to the home, they've already done that research. They know the location. They've seen the layout. They've done all the research on the schools, safety, everything else. So it actually kind of cuts out on a lot of people going through your home that weren't the right buyer for the property.
It's interesting you say that. Even going back 10 years, I would have clients come into town and they would have a list of 50 homes that they wanted to see. And, you would spend, the next 5 or 6 days just constantly showing them homes. And now I have clients that come into town, or they're starting the search off and they live here and they've got 5 houses on their list.
Yeah.
They've already driven by the other ones. They've already seen all the photographs. They know exactly what it is, where it is, the schools, and they've really narrowed it down. So it makes the process a whole lot simpler. And they've got a really good understanding of the value. So when they see a home that's priced appropriately, it's in good condition, matching the value, they make an offer.
Yeah. Cuts down on time for sure.
For sellers too, the last thing that a seller wants to do is to keep turning on all the lights, setting the music correctly, packing up and leaving their house 30 minutes before that 1 hour timeline of when an agent may show up to show their home.
That's another good point right there. I love when I show up to a property and I know that it's owner occupied, the sellers have left, the whole house, all the lights are turned on, maybe there's a fragrance, nothing too strong. And it just shows me that that's a seller that's paid attention to the listing agent and done everything appropriate. Because we've all been in a situation. Maybe you're meeting a client at the home. Maybe you're picking them up. If you're picking them up and they're going with you to the home, then you're trying to get to the house as fast as possible to get those lights on, but also engaging in conversation. So right before that showing, go ahead and walk through the house, turn on all the lights, open up some of the closets so people feel welcome to open those things up. If you've got some sort of light fragrance, that's okay. Nothing overwhelming. Don't leave the candles burning because you never know if that agent's going to blow that candle out or when you're coming back to the home. But it just makes for a much better experience. And the buyer and the agent look at it and go, you know what? This is a seller that's paying attention to their agent. They're engaged and they're motivated to get their home sold.
I think we're actually touching on bonus material here.
We are.
Which is definitely a good thing. I recently showed a home to a young family, and it was over in Seminole. It was a 5-bedroom home. We walked in the door, and it was one of these. They had given me 5 houses that they wanted to see that Saturday. And after we went through 3 of the homes, their cell phone came out and they said, this house popped up yesterday and I didn't include it, but I'm wondering, could we see this one as well? And I said, absolutely. Let me find out what the availability of it. Let me see if it's something I can show. And they knew as much about this house as I did. In fact, they knew more about it. I said, actually, it's being open house today at 1 o'clock. And I'm like, well, kind of the timing of things works out. We're going to be finished with our last showing here at 12:30. We'll just roll right over there for the open house. We get there. The agent's not the listing agent. She's one of the buyer's agents for the group. And she's done a great job of setting the house up. The lights are all on. Everything's prepared when we walked in. But they had a Glade plug-in in every single room in the house. And my eyes started burning within about 15 seconds of walking in the door. It was just overwhelmingly powerful smell. And the buyers were uncomfortable. They got young kids there, and the kids were like, what's that smell? I just started unplugging them, and the agent, fortunately, she didn't get offended. She knew my name. She says, is that really bothering you? I'm like, it's not only bothering me, it's bothering these guys, and they're serious buyers. I would rather walk in and smell wet dog in a house than be overwhelmed by Glade plugins or burning candles. People don't, that may have worked back in the day, but there were 12 Glade plugins through this house.
Oh my, way overkill.
So fortunately, it wasn't a hot day, so we opened the doors and opened the windows just to get the smell out of this house. I find if it's an owner-occupied property and we've got the professional photographer coming to the home, I'll get there before the photographer shows up. I'll turn on all the lights. I'll set the blinds at the right angle. And I'll say to the seller, look, this is how I want the house to look
Yeah.
whenever a buyer's coming through the door.
Yep.
So if you were going to have a cocktail party and you were going to invite somebody important like your boss, somebody you wanted to impress, this is how your home would look. And this is how it needs to present for every potential buyer coming through.
That's a good point. A lot of the times I'll have a seller go, well, I just don't have time to do this and this and this. I'm like, then say no to the showing. Let me know when a good time is. Give me that window and I can reschedule with those agents. But like we said before, you only get one opportunity to make that first impression in just a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't get out of your house in a timely fashion and have it look like it looks in the pictures or for the open house, just say no to the showing and let us know when it works, and we'll make that work for the buyer and the agent. There's no sense in wasting a showing if things are a mess and the house smells of whatever. Take the time to do it and then let us show the property.
100% agree. So that's our bonus one there. Now we're going to talk about number 9.